Hi, my name is Dickran Kazandjian. I'm a professor of medicine at the University of Miami Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. I'm a multiple myeloma physician in our institute, and I presented the data on our IMMUNOPLANT study. So, as many know, the paradigm for the treatment of newly diagnosed multiple myeloma nowadays involves using a quadruplet-based therapy, or at least a triplet-based therapy. And many patients do really well, meaning many patients attain what we call MRD negativity. And that's important because that's probably the most prognostic marker we have in terms of long-term benefit and even survival for patients. And with these quadruplet-based therapies, our MRD negativity rates are pretty high, but it's not 100%. I think they range anywhere between 50 to 70% up to. But the point is, patients still need potentially other treatments or even known as consolidation treatments to see if we can drive the responses even deeper. And again, just to emphasize, MRD negativity, when I use that term, I mean being able to detect one bad myeloma cell in 1 million cells. And that's the kind of level of detection or sensitivity that we're looking for. So traditionally, many of these patients may, at that point, for sure go for autologous transplant, which is basically when patients get high-dose chemotherapy with melphalan usually, and then have their stem cells that were collected previous to the chemo reinfused to help the body, support their white blood cells and the other cells. And traditionally, this is what we did. The IMMUNOPLANT was based on the concept that could we use some of the newer immunotherapies to do something similar. And in our study, we used a bispecific T-cell engaging antibody called Linvoseltamab. There's a number approved. Linvoseltamab was recently approved, probably a couple months ago, for the treatment of relapsed refractory multiple myeloma after 4 prior lines of treatment. It's called a bispecific antibody because it literally has like 2 arms. The one arm holds on to a marker found on myeloma cells called BCMA, and then the other arm holds on to your own white blood cell known as a cytotoxic T cell. And basically, this molecule can bring your own T cell close to the myeloma cell, activate the T cell to actually kill the myeloma cell. And that's how these bispecific antibodies mostly work. In our study, our hypothesis was that we would be able to convert patients from MRD positivity to MRD negativity after their initial quadruplet-based therapy with linvoseltamab. But what was important was not continuous therapy, but we hypothesized that at about 4 cycles of therapy would be enough to do this. And because some patients may need a couple more cycles, patients were allowed to receive cycle 5 and 6. As you see, most patients didn't require it. So on our study, when we presented it, it was initially written for 25 patients. We met the early futility rules, meaning patients did well and we attained our initial efficacy that we needed to continue the study. So all 25 patients were enrolled. Out of the 25, 18 patients were at the milestone where we could evaluate basically the response or efficacy from this treatment. And all 18 out of 18 patients attained MRD negativity, both at 10 to the minus 6 or 1 in 1 million sensitivity by next generation sequencing, also known as the clonoSEQ assay, but also by our 10 to the minus 5 sensitivity flow cytometry. Of these 18 patients that were evaluable, at the time that we looked at the data for ASH, 10 of them made it to the first 6-month milestone, meaning they had finished the linvoseltamab treatment. They were on standard of care lenalidomide treatment, and all 10 out of 10 patients that we did a bone marrow biopsy at 6 months continued to sustain their MRD negativity. So we feel that this is potentially, a very, efficacious way of using, this bispecific, at least linvoseltamab, and really is hypothesis provoking and in the future for larger trials, including ours, that could maybe shape the way we treat newly diagnosed multiple myeloma. And because of our initial early positive efficacy safety profile, this trial was expanded to 50 patients currently. So we're currently enrolling, so be happy to discuss the trial with any patients who may be interested.
If our videos have helped you in any way, and you're able to, please consider making a donation to help us continue this important work.
Your gift will go 3 times as far when we reach $500,000 by the end of the year.
Every contribution, big or small, makes a difference, and we're deeply grateful for your support.